This is Catherine from Literacy Volunteers of Charlottesville, Albemarle. For the speaking and understanding test, this is our yes or no questions set 1 video. Our first question is, do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Support means agree with or like. So do you agree with the Constitution? Do you like the form of government? Constitution sets up the government and it explains how our government works. Our form of government of the United States is a democracy. We have freedom and voting. So when the officer asks, do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? They mean, do you like having a government with freedom and voting? When the officer asks, do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? You should say yes. Our next question is, do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? The oath of allegiance is a promise to be loyal. A promise to be loyal. We learned the word allegiance in our civics questions, the question about the Pledge of Allegiance. This question is about the oath of allegiance, promise to be loyal. The oath of allegiance is the promise to be loyal that you will make the day you become a U.S. citizen. There will be a group of people, you will all raise your right hand, and a judge or a USCIS officer will ask you to repeat the oath of allegiance. When you say the oath of allegiance, you say, I legally promise I will be loyal to the United States. I agree with the Constitution and the form of government in the United States. Those are all parts of the oath of allegiance. So when the officer asks, do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? They mean, do you know that the oath of allegiance is a promise to be loyal to the United States? So when the officer asks, do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? You should say yes. And we will learn more about the oath of allegiance in our Set 2 video. Our next question is, are you unable to take the oath of allegiance because of a physical or developmental disability or mental impairment? First, the word unable. Unable means you cannot do something. So for example, if I was unable to hear, it would mean I cannot hear. If I was unable to see, it would mean I cannot see. Unable to take the oath of allegiance means unable to promise to be loyal. You cannot promise to be loyal. Again, the oath of allegiance means promise to be loyal. And the last part of the question, are you unable to take the oath of allegiance because of a physical or developmental disability or mental impairment? That means a very big problem with your body or mind. So when they ask, are you unable to take the oath of allegiance because of a physical or developmental disability or mental impairment? They mean, do you have a very big problem with your body or mind so you cannot promise to be loyal to the U.S.? So when the officer asks, are you unable to take the oath of allegiance because of a physical or developmental disability or mental impairment? you will say no or yes. It depends on your answer. For most of us, our answer will be no. Next, are you willing to take the oath of allegiance? Are you willing means will you? If you pass your interview, will you take the oath of allegiance to become a citizen? In class, sometimes I ask, are you willing to read? That just means, will you read? Again, the oath of allegiance is promise to be loyal. So when the officer asks, are you willing to take the oath of allegiance? They mean, if you pass your interview, will you promise to be loyal and become a U.S. citizen? So when the officer asks, are you willing to take the oath of allegiance? You should say yes. To check your English, the officer might ask you, what is the oath of allegiance? So it could look like this. If the officer says, do you understand the full oath of allegiance? And you say yes, the officer might ask, what is the oath of allegiance? And then you can say, promise to be loyal to the United States. All right, that's it for this time. We'll see you next time.